Hello, this is Jose Calderon from the Toronto Raptors, and you're watching me in Colts TV.
Style, my swagger, my Lambo, my damn it, he's blow.
Hey everybody, my name is Jonathan Suckling.
And I'm Brooke Guynett, and we're your hosts for the first episode of Colts TV Semester 2.
That's right, and a lot's transpired over the first few months of 2011, from a very exciting basketball season to the 83rd Annual Academy Awards.
We're going to kick this episode off with junior and senior boys basketball, and then an overview of the Oscars by Brad Mulder called Mulder at the Movies.
Let's check it out.
Our senior boys basketball team faced off against Vaughan Mills in the semifinals. Following the tip-off, Vaughan gets a quick two. Shamar Anglin answers back with a beautiful fadeaway. Vaughan was on a fast break, which led to this nice alley-oop slam. Tyler Sutherland putting on a show, and he makes his way to the basket. Tyler finds the cutting Xavier for the bucket. In the second half, Andrew DeGroot was a monster inside the paint. Tyler comes up with a nice steal. Unfortunately, wasn't too good for him. Vaughan got on a fast break and they went straight to the basket. Get that garbage out of here, it's my basket. Vaughan's point guard sets up this nice play, which results to this. But Crothers answers back when Brad finds Aaron for this nice dunk. That's all for this episode of Colts TV. Great job, boys.
Sunday, February 27th, I was at home watching the 83rd Annual Academy Awards. I don't know where you were, but you probably weren't watching them. Maybe the kinds of films that you typically see nominated just do not appeal to you. However, if you were watching them, you probably have some appreciation for the artistic value of film. And you should enjoy what I'm about to talk about. You're now tuning in to Mulder at the Movies. Let me just start off by saying that I'm very dissatisfied with the ways that the Oscars turned out this year. Not only was I appalled by the lackluster hosting efforts of James Franco and Anne Hathaway, but I was not particularly pleased that The King's Speech managed to sweep the major categories. It was one of the weaker films to garner multiple Oscar nominations and managed to prevail in categories such as Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, and Best Original Screenplay. It really stole the Best Original Screenplay from Christopher Nolan's Inception, a movie that soars on the innovativeness of its ideas and manages to raise questions regarding consciousness and our own perceptions of reality. The King's Speech's storyline is not even that engaging. It is about King George, who is to seek speech therapy due to his speech impediment and his obvious inclination to speak publicly. I'm sorry, but that is just not engaging. Now, the award for Best Director and Best Picture is typically given to the same movie, and King's Speech managed to maintain this convention. However, there is no way that films such as The Social Network that allude to themes regarding revenge, greed, ambition, and conformity, or movies as cerebral as Inception, should have lost to The King's Speech. Even Black Swan tackles themes relating to duality and the different sides to people's personalities. The King's Speech relies heavily on its performances, and although Colin Firth gives an amazing portrayal of King George, it is merely a throwback to movies that the Oscars usually tend to appreciate, and has a very traditional narrative. The Social Network really should have been the movie to sweep the major categories this year, but it just got snubbed. Other films, such as Winter's Bone, 127 Hours, The Kids Are All Right, and The Fighter, were exceptional, but just got overshadowed this year. However, I was very pleased to see Christian Bale pick up his first Oscar for a supporting role in The Fighter, the biographical film about the Massachusetts-born former welterweight title winner, Mickey Ward. Natalie Portman was also able to grab the win for a role in Black Swan, where she portrays Nina Sayers, a seemingly delusional ballerina who gradually discovers her dark side as she explores the role of the Black Swan in the play Swan Lake. In closing, I think the Academy should send a personal apology to Mark Zuckerberg for undermining his personal achievements. The Social Network was just more relevant to contemporary audiences. I look forward to next year, and hopefully the Oscars will get it right. This is Mulder at the Movies, signing off.
Wow, that Brad kid sure knows his movies.
Yeah.
So, Brooke, which movie did you prefer, Inception or The Social Network?
Well, personally, I feel Sex and the City 2 was robbed, but we won't get into that right now.
That's right, we won't. But what we will get into is the accomplishments of Bill Crothers' very own swim team, and that's coming up next.
O-L-T-S, Colts, Colts, we are the best. C-O-L-T-S, Colts, Colts, we are the best.
On February 7th and 8th, 2011, Bill Crothers' swim team attended a swim meet at Vaughan Community Center to compete against different schools across York Region. The swimmers competed in a variety of different events, such as 50-meter freestyle, 100-meter backstroke, and different types of relays. All swimmers coming out very successful.
O-L-T-S, Colts, Colts, we are the best. B-C-S-S, Colts. Woo!
Hey everybody, this is Jonathan Suckling reporting from Public Awareness Night as part of the Canadian Awareness Program that Right to Play has been running all across Canada. They've been traveling from coast to coast, spreading the message to the population about what they are and what they do, and tonight should be no different. So let's get right to the action.
Their goal was to raise awareness, and raise it they did, as hundreds of spectators came out to support this incredible cause. The audience was captivated by the stories and personal experiences that these Right to Play ambassadors had to share. Also, true to Right to Play's style, a number of games and exercises were played to keep everyone involved.
Next time they play a game, we need to
As the night neared a close, Canadian Olympic medalist Adam Van Couverden took the stage. His quick wit and charisma kept the audience entertained as he spoke about his experiences on right-to-play missions. He spoke with us later about the importance of nights like this.
The opportunity that has presented itself most often is advocacy. So that's basically being a representative for the organization and talking about it. We're here at Canadian Awareness Week, Canadian Awareness Program, and basically all we're trying to do is spread awareness, which is just talking about it. And the best way to spread awareness is word of mouth.
At the end of the night, we spoke with some of those in attendance about what they'd learned.
Yeah, absolutely. I had no idea how far their reach was and the fact that they were so heavily rooted in communities. I always thought it was show up and drop off some soccer balls and see you later, but the fact that there's a health aspect, there's a safety issue, as well as making sure that it's sustainable and ongoing when they leave is something I had no idea about.
So tell me, guys, what'd you learn today?
That regs play affects lots of people worldwide and it helps out and supports a good cause. And it teaches kids about life lessons that they need to know for when they're older.
It's a great program. I love the fact that they're getting the kids involved. With so many young kids, in these populations, if you get the young kids involved, then it's going to be great as we go, as everyone gets older.
And with that, Public Awareness Night has come to a close. But there's a theater full of Toronto citizens who now know a little more about the core values, the right to play, and what they're all about. For CBN, I'm Jonathan Suckling, signing off.
Colts on the Street is back for another episode, but this time we're switching things up. We're making your fellow classmates dance. We're going to need help from you, the audience, to decide whether if they're a good or bad dancer. Feel free to yell out your answer. So I'm standing with
Alexia Kakawetras
in grade
12.
What continent are we on right now?
Canada.
No, that's our country. So I'm standing with
Daniel Williams.
in grade
12.
What's your sport, Daniel?
I don't really have one now, but it was baseball.
What does RSVP stand for?
I don't know.
Have you heard it before?
Yes.
But you don't know what it means?
No.
Take a guess.
Well, it probably means reserved. Something. I don't know.
It means respondez-vous, s'il vous plaît. Okay, so I'm standing with
Seth Mendelson
in grade
9.
What's your sport?
Football.
Football. Ooh. Okay, so everyone, he's a grade 9 football player. Good or bad dancer? Let's find out.
Wow, Brooke, you really have a thing for those interviews.
Yeah, well, I love exploiting others for entertainment purposes.
Well, speaking of entertainment, how about that girls' volleyball team? They sure put on a show this year.
Yeah, they really did. Let's take a look at their wonderful season.
On February 15th, the BCSS Junior Girls Volleyball team faced off against Superior Elliott Trudeau High School at St. Jean-de-Brébeuf in their first playoff game. The Colts fought hard with some nice plays, but ultimately, it wasn't enough to come away with the victory. In their second playoff game, the Junior Colts faced off against the William Newlock. It was a close game going into 3 sets. Unfortunately, the girls lost by 2, putting them out of the running for the Junior YRAA Championship. On February 16th, Aurora High School hosted the YRAA Championship Qualifier Tournament. It was a big tournament with a lot of skillful teams, but in the end, our senior girls Colts took it away and won 4 out of their 4 games. Our senior girls volleyball team faced off against Aurora High School in a best of 3 out of 5 set volleyball game. The team put in a lot of effort and played very well together, making some really nice plays, but in the end, they couldn't bring it together enough to come out on top.
I'm standing with.
Tyler Sean Sutherland.
Ooh, we got the middle name too. When they say I'm from the land down under, what does that mean?
From under the land.
Under the land. Nope, there's a country. It's a continent too.
I don't know.
Australia. I'm here with.
Aaron Nelson.
Oh, really? I just interviewed another Aaron Nelson. What grade are you in, Aaron?
6.
Grade 6 and you're in high school. Yeah, you're short enough to be in grade 6. What's your sport, Aaron?
Bowling.
Bowling, okay. So a grade 6 bowling star. Let's see, is he a good dancer, yes or no? Okay, so I'm here with
Tori McQueen.
Grade
12.
And what's your sport, Tori?
Just everything, a wide variety. Skiing, swimming, rowing, netball, ultimate frisbee.
Wow, you're just a little sports girl, aren't you?
Yep, that's why I'm here.
And do you know what continent we're on right now?
North America.
Wow, you go, girl. She's smart too and athletic. Wow, those girls sure know how to tear up the slopes, eh?
Agreed. Now let's take a look at the more creative side of Bill Crothers. Recently, grade 12 students Jamie Shopple, Nick Mosley, and Alan Wong put together a short film called Melodic Love Life.
Let's see if all those English teachers out there can catch the metaphor.
I stand by the pond, just thinking about my love. Her voice leads me to a better place, a safe haven, my place of comfort. It is where I can let go of my fears. She is natural. Her beauty is my inspiration. Her emotions are my aspirations. She is free form of spirit, mind, and soul. It was love at first sound. At times, she keeps me up at night, just dancing to the beat of my heart. Her body has recognizable contours, but they are always in constant motion, intertwining in and out of shared relaxation. Hand in hand we walk, as together we escape from reality. Wherever I go, she is always waiting. Waiting for me to come back.
Wow, that was such a moving film.
Yeah, it's really nice to celebrate some of the non-athletic talents that students at Pilk Brothers have as well.
Well, that's it for our short and sweet episode. We've hoped you enjoyed it.
But don't go anywhere because we got a special presentation coming up next.